Just thought we'd have a little weigh-in on the mortgage lifters from the Dutch bucket setup. This one here is a pretty typical sort of a fruit of those mortgage lifters, 250 odd grams. That's pretty good. This one is the biggest that I've got off the mortgage lifters at this point. 350 grams, and that's a good tomato. That one's going on my lunch. We'll just go out and have a look at the plants as they exist. Today's March the 11th? Yeah, March the 11th today, so we'll go and have a look. Just thought I'd show you these. These are bok choy that I'm regrowing. See in there, what I did was I put these in here about, it's not 2 weeks ago, probably a week and a half ago. Same time I put this little fella in, which is a bok choy I grew from seed. So I'm testing them, and the regrown ones so far seem to look a lot better. I mean, that one's a bit daggy around the edges. This one over here looks fine. I'm quite happy with them. This one's the mortgage lifter bucket. These are all mortgage lifters going up that vine there. That one there's a black Russian. These ones here, they're all mortgage lifters. That vine comes back over here. There's plenty more mortgage lifters up on this vine. Quite a lot of green ones. Just zoom in on that a little bit. There's some small green ones in there. That's one of the two plants with the mortgage lifters on it. Yeah, these are the plants after I've pruned them all. There's still plenty of fruit on them on March 11th. No problems with fruit at all, but I'll show you the regrowth. Just here, you see this one new growth coming out here, new growth all down here, brand new growth coming off there. The idea of chopping off all the dead growth at the end of the hot weather seems to have they seem to have sprouted all this new stuff. I actually think I'm going to get a second crop of tomatoes out of it. You see all this new stuff here. This one is this is an ox heart here, and it's developing new fruit. So what else have we got down here? Oh, there's an Apollo down the end. This one I hacked back fairly heavily, and that's all brand new growth on there. Like, it's going to do something for sure. We're going to pull this one apart later. This plant actually died, so we'll pull that bucket down in a minute and just see what's in the roots. I have absolutely no idea what's going on in the bottom of that bucket. I haven't pulled it apart yet, but I will. Yeah, here's more new growth here. It's good stuff, this buddy, hacking things back. Okay, let's pull the bucket, out of the shell and see what's going on down here. Okay, all of the filters are intact in this one. There's one little set of roots growing out, very fine. Now let's get the camera and have a look down the bottom. Nothing in there, a little bit of sediment, but there's no roots in the bottom of that bucket. It's worked perfectly. Just doing a close-up on the fitting on this black bucket. That one was done with hot glue. There's no sign of any leaks at all on it. It's solid as a rock still. No problem with that. Just doing a look around the inside of the bucket. There's no sign of algae growth in there at all. It's as clean as a whistle. There you can see that white stub of the outlet drain there. There is no algae growing on that. That's as clean as. Okay, we'll do a clean out of the bucket into this spare inner I've got sitting here. This is the feeder tube that I copied off Bobby. They're great, these things, for keeping the algae off the top of the bucket. And yeah, let's pour this in here. I've got a little bit of algae on the perlite. Okay, let's look at this root mass. Nice clean roots. A little bit of dirt left over from the original, but quite easy to clean up. I think I can afford to lose that much perlite. That's not a bad sort of root mass, and not huge, but it seems to have done the trick on this plant. Okie doke, that's the inside of that inner bucket. You can see that all the filters, that filter's come loose. Look at that. It stayed in place, but it had come loose. That one's come loose. Alright, well, that proves that the hot glue doesn't last all that long. But that's perlite dust down the bottom, and there's no algae growth all the way down there. So that was pleasing anyway. Well, I'll show you my new plan for drainage, so I don't have to use this stuff anymore on the next video. Just remembered, this is one of the shells that I'm now using. These, rather than use those insect screen filters, I'm now using this, where I just drill a series of holes up the side of the bucket, and I've still got the small reservoir down the bottom, and the higher the water level goes, the more holes start to drain. So basically this is a better system. There's nothing to glue, there's nothing to start. It's just a simple 4 or 5 mil hole, drill a row of them, and you're ready to go. I've also removed the handles on these now. We don't need handles on, so this one will be going in as a replacement. I haven't focused on this too much before, but the way I've got the watering set up is I copied this one from Bobby, where to keep the nutrients off the top level, I run a piece of conduit a couple inches below the surface. I've actually drilled a hole in the side here to poke the feeder tube through, and they block up and they overflow, but it does cut down the moisture a lot. I've decided to improve on it, and that plant that you saw me playing with just before, this is the setup for the watering I use now. I've simply made it into a T-bar, drilled the same old hole in it, and it delivers water on both sides of the plant to just below the surface. It stays in the pot a lot better than it used to, because of the 2 legs, and because there's nothing really sticking up, it doesn't pull sideways.